back, man. The Tatum Talks podcast, man. I got, listen, this is a special little show. We're going to do something a little different. We got one of the behind the scenes, one of our great cameramen out of Patchwork Studio here. And we got some few questions I'm going to ask you. And this is, what do you know, like, did you play college? I mean, did you play high school sports?
I did play high school sports. So first off, I'm Luke. I'm an engineer here at Patchwork. I did play high school sports, but like we were joking around earlier, I wasn't very good at actual sports, but I was a great practice player. I don't know why things never translated to the game, but I think I just liked practice more because there was nothing at stake.
But listen. And what I say is, everybody's valuable. Like
exactly.
You gotta have guys that want to practice and like to practice.
Right.
Okay. Like you need those guys at practice. And every team has 4 or 5 guys that are just really good guys at practice. Maybe not, they won't play much, but they're good people. So I got a segment called What You Know About.
Let's do it.
What you know about. Now this is college football now.
Okay.
College football. So what you know about. Okay. What are the 4 major conferences now?
The 4 major conferences now. So I would say the SEC.
Okay, of course. Number 1.
I would say, is it still called Big Ten?
Yes, 2.
Okay. I would say football. Pac-10?
I don't know. Is there a Pac-10 still?
I might be showing my age.
I don't know. Go ahead. Keep going.
ACC.
ACC for sure.
So I'm down 1. I need 1.
Because it's only 4. What's 5? It's only 4 now.
Oh, okay. So I said SEC, ACC.
Hey, you know what, man? You know what? I don't even know.
10.
I don't even know. I'm sorry. I don't even know. So I don't know. I know it's 4. It ain't 5 no more.
Pac-10 used to be a thing, right?
Pac-10, it
used to be a thing. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I don't know the last one.
Okay, all right. Come on. We'll skip that. Because again, I don't know if you're right or wrong. Right?
I'm not a sports guy.
Okay.
So
no, it's all good.
I come from a sports family.
Okay. Well, this is a question you should know, man. How many playoff teams will there be this year? It's a new playoff system.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think they're going to go from, it was 6, right?
It was 4.
It was 4.
4. It was 4.
It was 4. And I want to say it's going to go to 16. Is it going to be more than 16?
It's 12.
Okay, 12. Okay, 12 is good. If it was going to be more than 16, it's like, why even?
Okay.
It's like trophy. Everyone gets a trophy.
So, all right. So let me ask you a question. You know who Nick Saban is?
Yeah.
So who is he coaching for right now? Who does he coach for right now?
I thought he was on TV as a talking guy.
But you know he still got an office in Alabama, like and the locker, like in the facility. His office still there. Like that. Ain't that crazy though? Think about that. How would you feel? How would you feel? You're the current coach in the Hall of Fame, the GOAT. He got an office still in your building.
To me, like when I read this book. That's going to sound the analogy is going to sound a little weird, but I read this book. It's Jurassic Park, right? Which obviously there's a famous movie, Jurassic Park, but the book is a little bit different because at the end of the book, they talk about the tragedy of Jurassic Park, which is about genetics and genetic engineers, not understanding the discipline of what came before them. So they're just doing whatever they want. We want to make dinosaurs. We're going to do whatever without understanding the history of why things are done the way they're done. Right. And so because they didn't understand the discipline and didn't understand the history, they just jumped in and made all these mistakes, which led to the tragedy. So for me, discipline and history is important. So if someone like Nick Saban, who's obviously a historical person, to me, it's a monument of the discipline and a monument of the history. So if I was the head coach coming in, to me, it's inspirational because I'm understanding what preceded me.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
So you're a generation under me. That's a mature statement, though. Like
I'm smack dab millennial.
Yeah, I'm saying that's something that I would say.
Yeah,
somebody my age or older, but a guy younger than me, they normally don't like. You're my sister's age, okay, my little sister. So they normally they were the first generation. Like, man, F the pass. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's profound because if I was a new coach, I'll be picking his brain. Like I think people come in too many times and their whole objective is I'm gonna just do it my way, forget the old way. No, I would be picking his brain and figure out how do you sustain success for a 20-year period of time.
Well, just think about like the resource that you have at hand. Even like here at Patchwork, when new engineers come, it's like you have a source of people cumulatively that have hundreds of years of experience that you can then impart upon yourself and become part of the legacy instead of being like me against the world.
Yeah, but that's what's missing though. Everybody believes that. Everybody believes that their time is the best time and I'm the best. Like, not understand that I could learn from you. I can learn from him, learn from him. Maybe I'm better than him, maybe, but I still can learn from him though. And I think people don't have that. All right, let me get back.
Yeah, man.
So here we go. So listen, do you know what a collective is as it pertains to college football? A collective.
To me, I don't know what a collective means when it comes to football. If I had to take a guess, because like obviously a collective is a group of people with similar interests, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that means, okay, we are a collective financial, or are we a collective training? My gut instinct, if I was like, who wants to be a millionaire? I would say a college football collective is a group of individuals with a financial.
Hey man, where you go to college at?
I went to music school and dropped out, actually.
You smart as hell, man. Who you learn from? No, I mean, seriously, who you learn from?
This is the biggest thing with me, and I thank my dad because my dad actually had a small stint in the NFL as well.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, and this is where I got like the mentality. And when we were growing up, sports was not important to him. Someone who his life was defined by sports. For him, his biggest regret was not exploiting his education.
Wow.
Because he had gotten hurt, small stint in the NFL, and got hurt, and it was done. And so for him, his regret was I had to work like a dog to support my family. But my whole life, all I knew was sports. So when his life changed, it dramatically impacted him.
Right.
And I think for him, growing up, you know, we were kids and we wanted to play sports, but he made it very clear that this was not going to be your priority. I want you to enjoy it, but your studies need to be your priority.
Wow.
The second thing that really affected me is he was a realist in the sense of there's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about my brothers. We are replaceable in the world. But here's what I mean by this. Yeah. There's always going to be someone faster than you. Yeah. There's always going to be someone stronger than you. There's always going to be someone better than you. And if you can't allow that to be the definition of your success, the only way that you will be successful is how you make people feel. Are you rememberable? Can you help somebody? So he didn't care, you need to train to be faster. He was more, did you listen to what your coach said? Can you understand his perspective of why he told you to do that? Because those are the things that make you have the attributes to function in the real world. I'm not the greatest engineer. I never will be the greatest mixer. But will I listen to my clients and try to interpret their feelings for their song? Absolutely.
Wow. So you debunked the rule that you gotta go to college because like you are an intelligent guy, and I just met you, but I listen to what people say and how they articulate the words. You are a very intelligent guy, and like you were blessed that someone taught you well because like you're gonna be a hard act to follow. Because I got somebody else after this, man. I don't know how they gonna follow this right here, bro.
It's true. And so my dad, he just turned 70, and my family, I have a huge, like, stereotypical Italian family, and we all like did a video montage for him. And I told this exact thing. I was like, because I'm not like an emotional guy. I'm like, I can be kind of detached, like a cat almost. And I told him, I was like, I just want to let you know this one thing. Because you imparted this, which it could have been like, this would be like, oh, this is kind of harsh to tell a kid he's not special. The only reason why you are going to have any success is if you do X, Y, and Z, not because God gave you this talent. God gives everyone talent. But, and I told that to him in this video, I was like, if this is the one thing that lasts with you on your deathbed, I'm so grateful you were my dad because you set me up to be a functioning person in a world that expects nothing.
Facts. When you answer the collective really right. It's really, a collective is basically, like you said, it's financial. It's basically a bunch of millionaires, people with money, put money in the pool, and they use that to sponsor certain athletes. So
that's cool.
You were correct, and you didn't even know. So that's okay. Let me get back. I got two more questions for you, though. But you're gonna be a hard act to follow. I got somebody else to ask you questions, bro. They're not gonna answer like this.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
So, do you know about scholarships? How they work, and are they guaranteed? And how long are they for?
To me, so like anytime that to me, a scholarship is a contract, right?
Yeah.
And things need to be met
Right.
for the contract to be
Right.
set.
Right. For sure.
That being said, to me, from like a business point of view, everything can be negotiable depending on who has the most leverage, right? Like leverage is an important thing.
That makes sense.
It's like if I'm a school and I have this 5-star recruit, he's going to be the greatest player of all time. Does he have more leverage than me as the school, the institution, to negotiate the contract in a little bit more favor than someone who's a 2-star recruit? I have more leverage as a university
Okay.
to negotiate a contract.
That makes sense though.
So to me, it's all about leverage.
Okay.
So I would say, yes, there are rules, but I'm sure the rules can be negotiated.
Okay.
But then within there's also probably like the institution of like the NCAA has rules.
So what do you think? What do you think? How you think they're guaranteed? And how long do you think they're for? What do you think?
So to me, like, I feel like certain conditions have to be met for things to be guaranteed.
Okay.
I don't know if guaranteed is the right word because guaranteed means guaranteed.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think if conditions are met, then it sets up for things to be undeniable.
Wow.
If I was a kid and it's like, okay, you need to maintain a 2.5 and you did that.
But now you're talking about you're talking about it's not even college no more. It's really professional because it's not because like this is where it's getting to and this is the cloak they've been hiding for us for years. They've always said, get your education, go to college. They treat it as a business. We treat it as a college.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I know we're referring to them as kids, but you're 18 years old. You're an adult. You can go to war and die for your country. Yeah. So it's like, to veil this as kids is incorrect. It's like, you are an adult. So you need to think about this. It's a serious thing for you to sit down in front of a board of grown men being like, here are your conditions, and you need to understand them. You're 18 years old. You're going to sign this paper that says you need to meet these things for these things to be met. But it also says that if you as a kid or a student do these things, I'm required to receive these undeniable things.
Well, you know what? And what you said opened up my mind a little bit because I'm thinking like, man, if I'm a 5-star, I may want to negotiate 4 years and my master's degree and mentorship and
why not? Because if you can have an immediate impact on the field, which means more tickets are sold, which means more money is being made for them,
you open my eyes.
You have a little bit more leverage.
That's some deep stuff though, because
it's business.
See now contracts, and I'll just tell you, they are guaranteed for 4 years now.
Cool.
You know, because they changed the rules. But what colleges do, they'll talk to kids and make them try to get in the portal because they know that if the kid goes in the portal voluntarily, they can pull their scholarship. Mm-hmm. So all right. So now, what do you know about the transfer portal though?
So to me, this is all like really new and out of like my scope of sports. Yeah. The only stuff I really know about sports is through like my brother's group chat because my brothers, they're like the sports guys.
Okay.
And I went to art school and got weird.
Okay.
But from what I understand, like the transfer portal has changed the ability for, like, the focus has changed from colleges who are needing to win immediately to seek out talent that's already vetted to some extent. That has made it harder for high school students to have the spotlight shown on them as new talent. So it becomes harder as a high school student to have the opportunities because you have kids that have already...
This dude, hold on. You're not a football guy.
I'm not a football guy.
How do you know this much about football then?
Well, you have to think about it. Like I'm listening, right? And so I'm listening. And so I just have to make the analogy. And the analogy is the same with other things, even like with businesses. Take this, for example. It's like the same thing with, like, I'm Google, right? Yeah. And I need people with X amount of experience before I will even accept them. And that's the problem with jobs today is companies are saying you need to have X amount of experience. Yeah. But that eliminates kids that are coming out of school, whether they graduate at top of their class, because they don't meet the experience needs. Right. The experience needs is kind of the transfer portal, because these kids that are entering the portal already have the experience of like living in college, going to practice, going to school. If I was investing because I'm investing in this kid, wouldn't you put your money into someone who already has a little bit more experience than the high school student?
Yes, you said it. But that's what's going on though. That's what's happening.
And so it's a double-edged sword. So now the high school kid, has the negatives affect him the most because his opportunities are closing.
Yeah, man. Like, bro, you need to write a book.
I mean, I just like talking.
No, you need to write a book.
You know?
No. I'm serious. You need to write a book. You need to write like seriously. You need to write a book. I'm not joking. I'm not playing. You need to write a book because like, bro, you're see, and that's why you never judge a book by its cover. This guy's an engineer. This guy's an artist. Right? He's literally an artist, and this guy knows more about sports than 90% of y'all out there, and he can explain it in a way where it's understandable, and he made a perspective that I didn't even think about. Like because we're doing it, but we're not doing it. Like basically on a scholarship, are they guaranteed? He basically saying like, yeah, they can be for a 5-star with leverage, but for a 2-star with no leverage, nah, you got to go prove it. And that's basically what's going on with the portal. So what's going on is now it used to be all these guys used to go to these big time schools. Because they're in a portal. Now a guy literally has to go to maybe a D2 school,
Right.
prove it for a year or two, then go back up.
Right.
So this portal has created free enterprise and it's changed college football to really free agency. It's really the NFL. It's not even college football no more. It is, and it sucks for the fans.
But it also sucks for the teams too, because what it's done is it's fed into the idea of me.
I know.
And it's like you were saying in the earlier episodes when I was listening, it's like when you played, you didn't even think about transferring because you had to sit out, but also because you, instead of thinking about how can I contribute and better myself to then overcome challenges, I'm just going to run away from the problem.
Yeah. And what happens is, I got a friend, man, and I'm not gonna say his name, but I got a friend that's what he's doing at 40 years old. Like he never learned the situation of I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna figure it out. He transferred and then didn't have a good career when he transferred, never played. I didn't realize that the medical staff we had at Kentucky was the best in the country. So when he got hurt, he probably wouldn't even got hurt if he was at Kentucky. Yeah. Then he was supposed to marry this girl, wasn't ready. She's married, doing great. You know what I'm saying? And he had a good job, left his job, another job, this job. Like, bro, like, you're still doing the same thing that you were doing at 18 years old.
Hey, man, lessons are learned in blood.
Damn.
You know?
Damn.
So it's just the way it is.
Hey,
you
Luke,
know?
man, you're awesome. Luke,
Man.
you're awesome. Like, seriously, man, like, I would never, like, again, that's why I don't judge nobody because you're an engineer, but you speak like a college professor. You speak like somebody that is well versed, not just in sports, just in life. So like that's why you say like I learn from anybody. I can learn, and I think people need to have a mindset that you can learn from anybody,
right,
and never judge anybody because I just got schooled by an engineer on football, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy, but it's not crazy because your base of learning was from a great source, your dad.
Yeah.
So now that allowed you to be able to expand on anything in any subject because you had a good base.
If you can relate to people on any level, then you can learn and talk with anybody because you're taking something that I don't know about football, but I'm just relating it to things that I'm more comfortable with and assigning those things and being like, okay, well, this is how I understand it. Now let's just use football terminology. The system is the same.
It's a life lesson, bro. It's a life lesson. That's hey man, thank you. Hey, listen, y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all.
We just did something special for y'all. Y'all got a special treat. Now I got one more guy coming in. I don't know if he's gonna be at the top of this right here, man. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a break, guys. This show is brought to you by Patchwork Studio, the #1 studio in the country, guys. If you want to record, if you have a podcast, if you are artists, this is the best place in the country. I promise you. They got engineers, they got guys that can help you. They got Curtis Daniel is guy. He's here. He actually helps so many people. He's more of a, I would say more of a, and he don't like to say it, but he's more of a mentor. Like there's so many artists that came through here that didn't know anything about this business, and he helped mold those guys to become stars. And he won't say it, but I'm gonna say it. There's guys right now that are making millions that came to him for advice, and he didn't charge them anything. He just was being a good person. So because of that, he's blessed. Guys, you gotta come here. Patchwork Studio, right here downtown Atlanta. Let's go get it.